So this evening we're just hanging out here, chilling. I want to tell you a few stories about some of the really cool people that I've met while detailing high-end motorhomes. I've met some really cool people. One of the coolest that I've met last summer was Sarah Palin. She was really nice, really cool. I didn't know who she was when I first met her. I was talking to another professional race car driver, Don Perdome, and both Sarah Palin and Don Perdome had been referred to me from Rusty Wallace, the NASCAR driver. So all really nice people, and Sarah was super nice. I didn't realize who it was at first. She came up and she was asking me about my business, and she was like, "Oh, that's so cool." Just such a nice gal, and it was really nice to meet her. And we washed a Newell coach that she was staying in. They were borrowing it from one of their friends, and it was really cool to meet her. And I've gotten to meet a lot of other cool people as well. Rusty Wallace, the management team, the guys that hire me to wash the coach for him before he gets there are all super nice guys. They treat us with a ton of respect, and really cool to work for some of those guys. But we've also worked for a lot of people that may not be in the spotlight as much, but are just as cool and have some really cool stories. So I want to tell you a few of the stories about some of the coolest people that I've met while detailing high-end motorhomes, and we really want to meet more of you as well. So Tony, who's your favorite customers that you've met so far?
Well, there's two. There's Shane, he's number one, and I'm gonna have to put Mike in there. He's number two.
Michael with Mega Motorsports, huge thank you. One of my favorite customers as well. Shane, will talk about him first. Really nice guy from the oil industry. He treats us like he's a brother, like literally such a good guy. He's got this rum that he gets shipped in from Belize, and his stuff is like candy, like nobody can get it, but Shane gives me a bottle. He's given me several bottles of this, and really just a really cool guy. I don't even drink rum, but I'll sip it. It's such a fine rum. I'll sip it. Have you ever had that rum?
Not that rum, but I've heard so many stories about it. So
seriously, yeah. He everybody that's ever worked with me, that up here especially, and in Arizona as well. We've done Shane's coach in all over. I hung out with him in Las Vegas. I did a tour of Las Vegas Motor Coach Resort. It was one of my first videos, and that was hanging out with Shane. He's got a site down at LVM. I've done his coach all over in several different locations, Arizona, South Dakota. A really good guy. The other gentleman that Big Tony mentioned is Michael with Mega Motorsports. He's done a ton of cool stuff. If you throw his name in YouTube, you'll see him like at SEMA show. He's not really in the public eye at all, but he was at that SEMA show one year, and you can just get a taste for what this guy was doing like a long time ago. This guy's been involved in all kinds of cool stuff, manages coach for race car teams. He has a Prevost marathon coach, just a really cool guy. And he's actually the owner of the 2016 Prevost marathon coach that we did. It's titled $2.3 million tour. That's one of our best videos. It's gotten over 30,000 views. We greatly appreciate you guys. So that's Michael and Shane, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Michael too. He's so cool that he let me put my coach at his hangar, which is in downtown Scottsdale, in the Scottsdale airport, right next to Kierland and Scottsdale Quarter, which is a high rent area. And he let me plug into 50 amp, and it was really cool. We were working on his coaches for like a week, so I brought Sadie down to the hangar, and we got to stay at the hangar while we were working in my coach. And he even had people that were helping him work on his coach, and help me work on my coach, and just get a few minor things done while we were there. So really a nice guy, and he's the guy that keeps us loaded up with Monster Energy and beer, and just people like that have $2 million buses and just still treat us like a friend. It's what keeps us doing this. This is what it's all about for me, just all the cool people we meet, and when they treat us really well, it just makes it all worthwhile. Two of the other people that are some of my favorite customers Dan and Ruth. Dan and Ruth, actually, I was sitting right here, only 2 sites over. I was in site 1, now I'm in site 3. But it was kind of the end of the day. We were sitting here having a beer, and I had like 12 coaches on the list to do. And Dan pulled up in his Newmar Mountain Air right in front here, and he saw the detail van in front of us, and he said, "Hey, what do I got to do to get to the front of the line?" And I said, "You might want to call another company, because I got 12 coaches to do tomorrow, and you know, this is going to be tough." So he said, "Will a 50 get me to the front of the line?" And I said, "Absolutely," because I still haven't even quoted him on a price yet. So I think I probably squeezed another 50 bucks in there for myself too. But we got there. I told him, "I'll get you in. I'll be there first thing tomorrow morning." We got him in at 7 a.m. And he actually ended up becoming a really good friend of mine. I went out to his property. He had 42 acres in Sonoma County. I've been out there several times, right in the middle of all the wine vineyards. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been. And now he's got a home in La Jolla that he's staying in, that's on the water. And he's even had me come stay out there a few times, and treats me like family, gives me a guest room, and just a friend that I met out here, and has done really well, but treats me like family. And that's what it's all about, the relationships that you meet. You know, you don't click with everybody, but you click with some people more than others. And him and his wife are very hospitable, so you know, they always want to take me out to dinner, or take me and my friends out to dinner. And you know, really it's been just so awesome to be the detail guy, and then waking up in a $10 million home in La Jolla, California, on the water, like pinching myself. Sadie's hanging out there, and just some really great memories from hanging out there. And that's experiences that were created from sitting right here having a beer, just like I am right now. Last year was a really interesting interaction. So there's other detail companies that come up here and work, and we compete with other detail companies. And one of those detail companies had dropped the ball and told a customer that they were going to be there for a wash, and then didn't show up. Well, this customer just happened to be a billionaire that wasn't here. He was far away in another state, getting ready to fly in on his jet. And he has a security team that's here, former law enforcement, special forces guys that are all, you know, the real deal security team. And, you know, a brand new Prevost bus. The other company dropped the ball, and it was the same kind of deal where I was really busy, but I was able to step up somehow and somehow squeeze him into my schedule, and ended up talking with one of the head of security for this billionaire that was going to be flying in on his jet. And it was really important that this bus gets washed. So these billionaires have a team of people that come in, set up everything for them, have all of their stuff clean, their bikes are out ready to go, barbecue, the food's all done, drinks, I mean, everything is catered to the nine. And then they fly in on a jet, ride their bikes, do all the stuff. We got really lucky, and the head of security, I never met that billionaire. I'm sure he's a really nice guy, but he's not going to meet the guy that's washing his bus. But the head of security did say, "Hey," I'll do my little impersonation. He was a southern gentleman, and he said, "Andrew, if you want to come by the bus later, I got this $5,000 bottle of whiskey I want you to have a drink of." So sure enough, me and my buddy are sitting, you know, fast forward 4 or 5 hours, we went and got cleaned up, you know, after washing coaches, and went back, and this head of security served us $5,000 a bottle whiskey or bourbon, scotch, I think it was scotch. It was really good. It gave me a really good buzz, whatever. I usually only drink beer. I'm not a big drinker, but we're here at the campfire, and we're not working a lot right now, and we don't do this all the time. This is maybe 2 or 3 nights a week. We don't drink beer every day, so but when Sturgis comes, everybody's pretty much drinking every day, but we're not going to be drinking. We got to be working, and we got to stay sharp. So right now we're on vacation, we're relaxing. Thought we'd have a couple cold beers while we're telling these campfire stories here. So but that's how it goes. You know, one day you're washing coaches, the next second you're sitting in a billionaire's bus drinking his $5,000 bottle of whiskey. And I hope I don't get anybody in trouble from this YouTube video, but I'm gonna keep it real for you guys. So, you know, just because people are wealthy doesn't mean that they always treat you well. We've had a lot of different interactions. Some people really treat us the exact opposite. I'm going to have another video titled Why I Fired a Billionaire Client. Keep an eye out for that one. But it's all good. We roll with it, and we're just happy. We keep coming back because we know we're going to meet a lot of cool people. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret about something that I do for extra special customers that treat me really well. If you have ever tipped me at least $100 bill, we mark baller in the phone next to your name. So that was just the original marking that that was like, wow, that guy's a baller. He tipped us 100. That's a baller. So I started writing baller because I wanted to remember all of the cool people that really hooked us up and tipped us $100. I would read a list, but like we got like 30 ballers in here. So that's like 30 people that have tipped at least 100. And we even added a new thing called Major Baller. That's another level up. So we try to like, we keep stats on who treats us well. And there's some people that definitely get a little extra special attention. When you throw us that little extra attention, we're going to throw you a little extra attention. So we appreciate all of the awesome people that we've met detailing RVs. If you want to see more RV related content, please subscribe. We appreciate all of you that are following